Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, fans, friends, and family, welcome to another episode of the Live Painting Channel. My name is Warren Stokes. I'm the host. And Happy New Year to everyone. We are fortunate to have made it through the year 2020, although I'm making a declaration, and that is that officially the new year will start on January 20th. You can figure out why. This is a painting we just completed last week. And by the way, we broadcast live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. You can find us on Twitch. Just search for Live Painting Channel, twitch.tv/Live Painting Channel. The videos are also posted on Facebook and YouTube and various places. Again, easy to find. Just search for Live Painting Channel. And away we go. Yeah, we had some fun with this one. This is my 100th episode painting. Yep, we actually made it through 100 episodes of this, so that was kind of fun. We're on 101 now. Good evening, Rob from UK. Looks like people are starting to gather. And yeah, so I just wanted to touch on this painting because actually it was such a different painting for me. I rarely paint with such bright colors, but I wanted to brighten the world up a little bit and found a photo that my daughter supplied from her mother-in-law's place. Her name's Deborah, down in Rancho Santa Fe, and I also looked at some other pictures and photos and stuff of balloons, and I painted this scene, which I actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it. So anyway, that's what matters. You can see the little 100 here, kind of designated the 100th episode of the Live Painting Channel. So yeah, we're on 101, and guess what we get to do? Start a new painting. Let's do it. I just got the canvas going here and sketched out my composition here. And what I've done is I've looked at a painting that Claude Monet did. It's one of the few still lifes he did. And I have it as a reference photograph right here out of a book. I have all kinds of books, and one of them's on, well, many of them are on French Impressionists. But yeah, I have my reference photo here. Just leave that handy. And, you know, when I think of a painting, first thing is, you know, get inspired with something, and there's nothing like a great master's work of art to inspire me. And from that, I basically sketched out a composition. I think I'll just try to one-up Claude Monet here. I'll give him a little bit of advice. Claude, if you're listening, don't take it too personally, but, you know, I thought I could improve on it here and there, so yeah, show me the Monet. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a impression of a French Impressionist, Claude Monet. And the original one is called Pears with Grapes, but there's a couple apples in it, I think, so we'll have to just kind of wing that. But so I've sketched out a composition. A couple of key things. I wanted to make sure that I did a demarcation of the, well, it's part of the key part of the composition, as you'll see, but it's just a diagonal that goes here, and there's a parallel diagonal that kind of forms the tabletop down in this corner here. And then I just kind of sketched out the basic composition of the fruit. And what I really loved about this was the light. And I don't know if you know this, but French Impressionists departed from traditional painting in a lot of ways, but one of them was that they just really studied light and how humans perceive light. And thus a lot of times people say, well, it just looks blurry. Well, you know, that's just a lot of the time how they've perceived it. But the point was not to be too hung up on the actual photographic detail of a painting. They could do that. They were all very accomplished artists, but you know, they just wanted to give their impression of the subject matter, and not religious, not historical. This is just still life. And back in those days, they weren't that popular. In fact, it was kind of a radical thing to do something besides a religious or historical painting, or maybe portraits of, you know, important people, that kind of thing. By the way, I've been told I'm a VIP. Very interesting person, so maybe you are too. Anyway, I digress. Let's get going with the painting. I'm just going to dive right in with starting in the back there with kind of a gray palette here. I've got a really fun palette though going here. Look at the colors here. I've got my cad yellow, my Naples yellow, my yellow ochre, cadmium red, cadmium orange, deep violet, mostly grays and Mars black with a little bit of cerulean blue and white. And then my greens over here, I'm using a green called sap green today for some of the background, but it'll be fun. Let's go. So I'm just going to start by just whipping on some dark part of the gray. Wow, that's dark, but maybe I'll like that. We'll see. Paint the edges as I go. We can lighten that up if we want, but I wanted to get a kind of a dramatic start to this, so we're just going to go up around that piece of fruit there a little bit. Right over in here. Ooh, I like the way that worked. And a little bit up in that corner. And then we're going to do something crazy here. We're going to put fairly bright orange in here. I already had getting organized here. I got my brushes already made up. And there's going to be this orange light shining through the gray. So I'm just going to lay that in as some pretty bold orange up in here. And we're going to give it little tinges all the way up in here. I'll come back over and kind of maybe smooth that out a bit. Just wanted to get some paint on the canvas here. And I want a pretty light white, almost white area shining through right up in here. So look at it, just slapping paint on the canvas, but kind of a method to my madness, if you will. I think, hopefully. There we go. Now that looks pretty crazy, right? Just a bunch of paint slapped on the canvas there. We'll see what we can do with that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of blend it. I'm going to get a good blender going on here right here so that I do it. I'm just going to start blending those colors a little bit. I got that little bit of background jazz going on. Maybe I'll just paint with that rhythm. Music and art go good together. Kind of like that. It's very, I don't know, impressionistic, shall we say? Fun. Love this part of a painting. Just going for it. See if you can see what I'm doing over here on the right. Just paint the edges, actually. My daughter taught me that. I always share that little tidbit. My daughter Amber. I think I might see her today. And one of those wonderful rare occasions when we can visit people. It's been a tough year for that, but gotta be safe. If you're out there, be safe. If you're getting together with people, be super safe. But brighter times ahead, huh? So yeah, if you're just joining us, you have joined the live painting channel. Just starting a brand new painting. It's an impression of an impressionist painting of originally inspired by Claude Monet. Almost looks like kind of a sky back there. We may work on that a bit more, but I like what we got. Jazz. okay for now. Alright, and we're gonna carry that forward to a little different stretch here. Put some light grayish right along in here. And I still got a little bit of orange on that brush, which is a good accident. I'm just rocking and rolling on today's painting work. Got up a little higher. Wah, wah. Close up cam crew. The steady cam, there we go. Yeah man, rhythm and painting, that's what we're talking about. Get some rhythm going. Now let's work on this lower left diagonal I was talking about earlier. It's going to have more of a vertical movement. There's that rhythm. Just keep working these grays down in here. Definitely want to keep the impressionistic style alive here. It does kind of make me wonder if Impressionists ever listened to music while they were painting. Don't know. They certainly created a rhythm, didn't they? Every brush stroke is part of their rhythm they're doing here. Rhythm and painting. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, close up through. Yeah, talking about French Impressionists or just artists in general, I don't know if there are any of them that are really rich. Claude Monet was said to be one of the most financially successful painters of the French Impressionists. Not too many of them died with any money. Monet didn't die rich, I don't think. The thing about Claude Monet is I really love his work. He's perhaps my favorite French Impressionist. And, ooh, this is coming along nice. But I think he got carried away on the water lilies, man. He spent something like 26 years doing water lilies. I'm going, dude, enough with the water lilies. But I guess he was obsessed or had some kind of intense passion for those water lilies in his garden. I think some of the world's largest paintings in modern times, if you can consider that modern, were his water lily paintings that stretched out for, like 100 feet. He had several canvases. I saw him in the Institute of Art in Chicago. It was on display there once. Man, but I think he got a little carried away with water lilies there. So, like I said, I can be an art critic if I want to. You can do whatever you want. Kind of liking this little blend of colors. I recently did a painting with some water lilies, and that's what got me thinking about Claude Monet. Here, I'll show it to you. Did this 2 or 3 weeks ago on the painting channel here, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's a picture of a duck, and painting the duck, of course, and taking off in flight. Kind of like the way the ripples work in the water, but I got myself some water lilies in that one. Now, I might get stuck on those and start painting water lilies for the rest of my life. I don't know. Anyway, that was a duck painting. First duck I ever did. But we better get working on this painting so we can get some progress here, huh? Okay, well then, get ready to add another key element to this painting here. That's pretty good for right now. We're going to go green. Go to some green. I'm even mixing the paint to this rhythm. Okay, we're going to get some green in there now. There's not going to be a bright Christmas tree green here, just don't want it to overtake the painting, but I can just definitely see some, I like some evergreen material kind of laid in here. Okay, maybe a little real green wouldn't hurt. Just some greenage kind of laying in here to put all that fruit on, I guess. Oh, that's what we're creating anyway. Ah, you were wondering if I was going to put the splintered fan brush to work. It's a cool brush. Bought it that. I kind of bought it that way, and I splayed it out a little. Look at that. It's kind of like a pitchfork. And we're going to go. And up in here, kind of fade to black. I think that's a song title. Fade to black. It's actually going to have a fair amount of dark mass in this painting, which I'm kind of laying the groundwork for here. I got an explosion of the Death Star or something going on here. Whoa. Forces of good and evil colliding. I think good is going to prevail over evil in my world. But the evil has taken a foothold in this particular universe. And its mass is growing, and it's very concerning. And so, and thus, it has been decided by the powers of good that we must put some bright colors on this palette. And so it came to be. Weehaw. Lots of fun today. If you are just joining us live or watching the video, this is the live painting channel. My name is Warren. I'm the host. Broadcast is live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we have just started this new painting. I've attacked it. It's an impression of an impressionist painting. It's a still life. Fruit, including grapes, pears, and apples. So, we managed to get a lot of this started today, and I think this would be a good point to break because I've got to get into a different palette, and why don't you all just join us next week? Tune in, Live Painting Channel on Twitch, or watch the videos on Facebook or YouTube. Just search for Live Painting Channel. Yeah, my name is Warren, the host. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Be safe. Have a good day.